Coming up next on Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine, we'll take a visit to Yakima, Washington. We'll check out the Carousel French Restaurant and meet its brand new owner, John Ostler.
I keep telling everybody that I love Carousel so much the way it is that I bought it.
Why he says owning the Carousel is a dream come true, and why he's not going to make too many changes. And we'll stay in Yakima, where a tasting room right next door to the Carousel on historic Front Street has just about everything to offer on a Friday night.
We also are famous for our wine smoothies.
A wine smoothie? Are you kidding
smoothies.
me? Oh my God, those could be dangerous, huh?
Why good friends, great wine, and plenty of live music has become a winning combination for Atolin Cellars. Then we'll head over to the lilac city of Spokane and introduce you to Sergio DeLeon and his award-winning tortillas. How he's using those tasty tortillas inside his brand new taco and tequila bar.
There's nobody here in town that actually can say, yeah, you know, we made our own tortillas this morning.
And why these drinks are becoming such a hit. It's all next on Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. Stick around.
Like a fine wine, things get better with time. So raise a glass to celebrate the trendy, fresh look of CG Public House. Formerly the Country Gentleman, CG Public House offers tasty new cuisine, crafted cocktails, and bountiful beers. It's all fresh, uncomplicated deliciousness. CG Public House is committed to keeping it real. Real ingredients, real food, real hospitality. Located west of Columbia Center Boulevard on Clearwater Avenue in Kennewick.
For the Tri-City's best Mexican food, you can find it at Azteca. Come check out their brand new brunch menu on Sundays. And stick around on Sunday for half-price appetizers, 2-for-1 drink specials. Cater your office party with Azteca. Or you can have a party inside one of Azteca's 2 locations at no charge. Azteca, where you'll find a fiesta with great food and awesome deals. 2 locations in Kennewick. Find us on the web at aztecamex.com. And on Facebook at Tri-Cities Azteca Mexican Restaurants. Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine is brought to you by the Vine Venue in Union Gap, the premier place for parties, wine pairings, and anything else you can imagine. For more information, search their Facebook page at Vine Venue. Welcome back to Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. I'm your host, Mike Gonzalez. We're brought to you by CG Public House. You can find them at 9221 Clearwater Avenue in Kennewick. And to learn more about their restaurant and catering services, just log on to our Facebook page by searching Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. Up first on the show, let's head out to Yakima, Washington, where I paid a visit to the Carousel Restaurant. You know, recently the restaurant changed owners, but it still has the same great taste. I had a chance to talk with John Ostler about the reason why he bought the restaurant, why there's not a whole lot of need for changes, and what his vision is for the future. For John Ostler, buying the Carousel Restaurant in Yakima was a dream come true.
I keep telling everybody that I love Carousel so much the way it is that I bought it. And that's very true. I don't plan a huge amount of change. Like I said, the base menu is going to stay. Those recipes go all the way back to the original owner.
Right.
What I want to tweak is that local fresh heat and the local flair there. Continuing on with music and the things like that. So there's not a whole lot I have to change.
Ostler is no stranger to the Yakima restaurant scene. He spent 20 years at Red Lobster. He said that's given him a great foundation to run the business, and he plans to bring a personal touch to Carousel customers. John, how exciting is it to be the new owner? Because I know you really have a passion for this place.
Yeah, after 20 almost 25 years in corporate. It's a lot of fun to be my own boss and be able to do things my way. And I inherited an amazing place that I was a regular at and loved anyway. So it's been a lot of fun.
Osler says when you step inside the Carousel, it's like taking a trip overseas. The restaurant is nestled inside the historic Opera House building, built in the 1880s. It's something that really adds to the restaurant's ambiance.
I want to continue on with the traditional French recipes we have, but also my spin's going to be adding some local, fresh sheep items to it. We've already talked with the chef about shopping at our Saturday market and getting fresh vegetables and fresh ingredients to make that week's fresh eat. So mostly I'm just excited. It's a great place. Loved it. People love it. I've got a great team.
Osler says besides the same great ambiance, the Carousel will have the same great taste. Chef Leo Solis is staying aboard, and that's something that's making fans of the restaurant very happy.
Tell us what makes your guys' food so special here.
What makes it so special? I feel like I just love the atmosphere of what the passion that all of us have, creating this fantastic food every single night.
Speaking of great food, take a look at this dish. It's the French onion soup, and it flies out of the Carousel kitchen.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
What is it that you like about it?
Well, it's made traditional, so it's actually got the correct type of cheese, which is called Gruyere. And it's a lot of times you'll get the soups that are like too thick. This one's actually got a lot of broth, and they take the cheese and put it over the whole entire thing. So yeah, it's just made traditional.
But the French onion soup is just getting folks started. The Carousel is famous for their spinach flambe salads, perfectly cooked steaks, salmon plates that'll make you salivate, and desserts like this one. Check it out, the Cherries Jubilee flambe tableside.
We like to come here as often as we can. They actually let us bring wine in from area wineries.
I like it. Good music. I enjoyed myself and had a good dinner.
Osler says he loves being part of the historic Front Street family in Yakima, and you will most definitely see him at the restaurant when you pay him a visit.
It's amazing. I have friends who own a winery right across the street. Their tasting room's right across the street, and working with them on this. I have another friend who just opened his own tap room for his brewery. When we talk to our vendors, they all know each other, and they're happy when I'm putting somebody else's product on the menu in addition to theirs. It's kind of odd. It's not a real feel of competition. It's more a feel of we complement each other and we help each other out. And what's good for one of us is good for all of us.
And what's great news for customers is John Osler is the brand new owner of the Carousel Restaurant. Truly a dream come true. Thanks to John Osler for his hospitality, and to learn more about the Carousel and their restaurant, just visit our Facebook page. All you have to do is search Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine on your social media platforms. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we visit Spokane, Washington and Sergio's Tortilla Factory. Plus, later on in the show, we'll visit Atolin Cellars in Yakima and show you why their tasting room is rocking it on a Friday night. Stay with us.
Like a fine wine, things get better with time. So raise a glass to celebrate the trendy, fresh look of CG Public House. Formerly the Country Gentleman, CG Public House offers tasty new cuisine, crafted cocktails, and bountiful beers. It's all fresh, uncomplicated deliciousness. CG Public House is committed to keeping it real. Real ingredients, real food, real hospitality. Located west of Columbia Center Boulevard on Clearwater Avenue in Kennewick.
For the Tri-Cities' best Mexican food, you can find it at Azteca. Come check out their brand new brunch menu on Sundays. And stick around on Sunday for half-price appetizers, 2-for-1 drink specials. Cater your office party with Azteca. Or you can have a party inside one of Azteca's 2 locations at no charge. Azteca, where you'll find a fiesta with great food and awesome deals. 2 locations in Kennewick. Find us on the web at aztecamex.com. And on Facebook at Tri-Cities Azteca Mexican Restaurants. Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine is brought to you by the Vine Venue in Union Gap, the premier place for parties, wine pairings, and anything else you can imagine. For more information, search their Facebook page at Vine Venue. Welcome back to Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. I'm your host, Mike Gonzalez. Thanks for staying with us. We're brought to you by CG Public House. To learn more about their restaurant and catering, just visit their website at cgpublichouseandcatering.com. Up next on the show, let's head out to the Lilac City where Sergio's tortillas are becoming really popular for their awesome taste. I got an inside look at how their tortillas are made, and you won't believe how many they're pushing out on a daily basis.
People thought we were crazy because they thought that tortillas was just for Latino people.
Well, that crazy gamble has really paid off for Sergio DeLeon, who opened his tortilla factory 11 years ago in Spokane, Washington. Now, Sergio's tortillas can't stay on the shelves.
The thing with our tortillas is it's actually fresh. We make them here locally, and our tortillas are not old. They've never been refrigerated before like our competitors do.
This monster churns out 800 dozen tortillas an hour. That's 9,600 times 8 hours a day. That's more than 76,000 tortillas a day that are hand-picked, hand-packed, and hand-weighed.
¿Cuántos libras necesitas en una paqueta?
2 libras.
2 libras.
2 libras. 2 libras por paquete.
Well, after Roberto actually puts them in the machine, it's feeding itself. And then it cooks, and after it cooks, we let them cool down a little bit just to so we can package them. But a lot of people, they actually just want them hot, and we just.
So I mean, they're about as fresh as you can get them at this point.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's nothing. Our tortillas don't last in our shelves for more than 2 days.
DeLeon says the ingredients are pretty simple: masa, water, and shepherd's grain wheat.
We've been using it for close to 11 years on our tortillas. It's all here local wheat from our community, from our farmers. And the thing about this wheat is that each bag it's actually tagged with a code, and it actually could tell you which farm this wheat came from.
For DeLeon, the future of his tortillas is limitless. He hopes to have them in stores across the country.
I want to thank my customers, that use our product. A lot of the local restaurants, Wild Sage, Davenport Grand, Milford's. I mean, there's a lot of good restaurants here in our community that use our product. Sometimes we learn by mistake, and but it's a process, and we're still learning.
A process that's made a lot of tortilla lovers happy. All right, I have to tell you, those tortillas are really, really, really good, and eating them hot off that tortilla press, they are absolutely amazing. You got to give them a try. Well, with tortillas that good, I didn't want to leave the Lilac City without checking out Sergio DeLeon's newest creation. It's called DeLeon's Taco and Bar. Let's head out to North Spokane to check it out.
Baila, baila, baila!
For Sergio DeLeon, opening up a taco and tequila bar seemed like a natural fit.
We actually start from the ground up. I mean, we actually are making our own tortillas. We make our own chips, our own salsas. We cut our own meats, so we season everything in-house. And I mean, it's kind of hard just to do all that. I mean, there's nobody here in town that actually can say, yeah, we made our own tortillas this morning.
And for customers like Jared Cavassier, they've come to love the taste.
Oh man, so I got the green enchilada plate, complete with beans and rice. It has to be one of my favorite dishes ever.
DeLeon opened DeLeon's Foods in Spokane about 11 years ago that now includes 2 stores, including this one in the Spokane Valley you saw earlier in the show, where he makes hundreds of tortillas every single day, and that fresh flavor doesn't go unnoticed by loyal customers.
The DeLeon family also has a deli, and they have a long history in Spokane of providing high-quality Mexican and Hispanic foods to the native or the local community, as well as restaurants. And so they always have great food. And, they also have a mariachi group that used to come around to our church for our Cinco de Mayo celebration.
Actually, when they first opened up the other store, the original one, I came and talked to them because I wanted to see, and so we talked about barbacoa and some of the other menudo, which was, I hadn't found, good tasting menudo as close to back home, and they have it.
DeLeon's Taco and Bar is in North Spokane, just up the street from Whitworth University. The taco bar has a cozy feel with a custom-made bar that features top-shelf tequilas and beer and liquor you're gonna love. DeLeon says he designed the restaurant so it has an intimate feel.
Yeah, I mean, people just like it because this place is kind of small, and that's how we want it. We want to, and it's not just for, it's for everybody. Families are welcome, But yeah, it's one of this is the spot where a lot of people like to be at, especially on Tuesday for Taco Tuesday.
But let's get this straight, folks. Every night is taco night at DeLeon's, even when it's not Tuesday. On this Saturday night, the place was packed with patrons enjoying every kind of taco you could imagine, and a whole lot more. We are at a taco bar, folks, so let's get what we came for. This is my new homeboy, Jose Perez. He's the El Jefe de Tacos de DeLeon's. He took me through this monster platter that's filled with tacos for what seemed like miles. It included the shrimp taco with cabbage and pico de gallo salsa, the traditional carne al pastor taco, the chorizo y queso taco, the birria taco, the carnitas y carne asada. Man, it was all rolled out on this massive plate, and you better believe I got in on the party. And so did she.
How is it? Delicious.
You better save some room because once you're done with those tacos, you gotta drink something, right? Let's check in with bartender Rob Candelario, who's got Puerto Rican blood and he knows how to bring the buzz like you're on a party on the island of Puerto Rico. On this Saturday night, Rob started us out with this jalapeno margarita that's made with some Luna Azul tequila. Up next, he adds the Tres Agaves organic margarita mix. Then it's time for some triple sec. Rob adds some cilantro and the jalapenos, then a lime. And Rob shakes it up so the ice melts a bit. You better believe there's some technique with that shake. And you better believe this jalapeno margarita tastes so good. Just when you thought you saw it all, it's time to take you on a flight. Check this out. This is the Don Julio flight. It's a half shot of different Don Julio tequilas. That's sure to tickle your taste buds, and it comes with real agave worm salt from the agave plant. And yeah, those are worms, folks. But I have to say, it tasted pretty good. Manager Jose De La Rosa told me why the flight has really taken off at DeLeon.
It's a sipping tequila. That's nice. So it goes real nice with, as you can see here, and the community here has been real supportive of DeLeon's Tacos and Bar. So
who doesn't like tequila and tacos?
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Come and join us.
All right, we will. All right, let's do cheers.
Cheers, salute.
As for Sergio DeLeon, he says that this taco bar on the north side of Spokane has been so well received, there's a chance you're going to see another one pretty soon.
Actually, one of them is in the works right now to do, so we'll see how that goes.
Great drinks, authentic Mexican food, and an atmosphere that customers love. It's a perfect recipe for a visit to DeLeon's Taco and Bar. Thanks to Sergio DeLeon for his hospitality, and if you want to learn more about his restaurants, just head over to our Facebook page, Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. Up next on the show, we head back to Yakima, where Atolin Cellars is making a big impact on the wine scene across the state, and their tasting room is the place to be on a Friday night. For Tony and Linda Harrelson, naming their tasting room Atolin seemed like the natural thing to do.
Just combined our names up and came with Anthony and Linda, and instead of Antolin, just came up with Atolin.
Does everybody think it's Italian right off the bat?
A lot of people do.
A lot of people do, yeah.
Exactly.
Are they surprised when you go, well, it's a combination of our names? Because I love it.
I mean, that's what we get. Oh, that is so cool. People really enjoy that.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of collaboration that's made their tasting room so popular. Tony handles all the winemaking while Linda manages the tasting room and the day-to-day operations.
This is all of our varietals, so people can choose what tastings they would like. We also are famous for our wine smoothies.
A wine smoothie? Are you kidding
smoothies.
me? Oh my God, those could be dangerous, huh?
Those are really, really good.
What flavors do you have in the wine smoothies?
This one is wild berry, and it's a combination of Riesling and Cab Sauvignon. And next week we're going to add peach, so we'll have the Riesling.
Located on historic Front Street in Yakima, Atolin is packed with historic nooks and crannies. It features 5 unique spaces for you to enjoy, including the caboose room that's used for everything from wedding receptions, painting classes, to live music. Atolin Cellars was at one time a Burlington Northern Freight building, and it's not odd for a train to pass by often, but Linda says that's a good thing.
Tell me, literally, this used to be a train station?
It was the freight building.
No kidding.
And the tracks are right out there, 30 feet away.
So at times you guys will get a train that passes by?
All the time.
Very
there could be a dozen a day.
And Linda wasn't kidding, folks. On this night, we got a long train that passed by. And guess what? Every time it passes by, you get $1 off your drink. On my visit on this Friday night, Atolin's was packed with people enjoying live music, great wine, and conversation with good friends. Customers I talked with said they just love the feel of this place.
Atolin, usually I like their wine and I like the atmosphere around here. On First Fridays, kind of dig the music that they bring in. It's this little historic district, I think. It's got a lot of cool restaurants and and I think it's about time that people actually realize that it's here.
I like the wine, a lot of good wines, and the atmosphere. I like that they have live music, and it's just relaxed and
I love that
friendly.
you can bring your own food in this place. I think that's really neat.
Yeah, that is nice too. You can order stuff, and sometimes they'll bring it to you.
But what you'll really love about Atolin Cellars are the wines.
Well, we grow Cabernet Sauvignon, Malbec, Carmenere, and Riesling, and but basically we do Bordeaux varietals, and we like to try to create balance in our wine. Nothing that is over oaked or there's too much butter in it. We try to create that nice balance in our wine, and people really enjoy that. It's a key part of winemaking.
Tony says his background in pharmacy really comes in handy when it comes to making wine.
Attention to detail. If I could wrap it up in a couple words, just making sure that I hit my deadlines and hit my schedule, and make sure that I am very consistent with what I do. Do all my operations pretty much in the same manner. That way, if things come up and things change, then I know what change to make.
And for Tony and Linda, being part of the Yakima community is a lifelong commitment.
People have approached us about going to Woodinville, going to Leavenworth. We're Yakima local people. Our vineyard is here, our production facility is here, our tasting room is here. I see us here being here in the future and emphasizing that Yakima is a destination. One doesn't have to go another 2.5 hours to have fine wine, beer, and food.
One thing's for sure, we're all glad you planned to stay.
Like a fine wine, things get better with time. So raise a glass to celebrate the trendy, fresh look of CG Public House. Formerly the Country Gentleman, CG Public House offers tasty new cuisine, crafted cocktails, and bountiful beers. It's all fresh, uncomplicated deliciousness. CG Public House is committed to keeping it real. Real ingredients, real food, real hospitality. Located west of Columbia Center Boulevard on Clearwater Avenue in Kennewick.
For the Tri-Cities' best Mexican food, you can find it at Azteca. Come check out their brand new brunch menu on Sundays. And stick around on Sunday for half-price appetizers, 2-for-1 drink specials. Cater your office party with Azteca. Or you can have a party inside one of Azteca's 2 locations at no charge. Azteca, where you'll find a fiesta with great food and awesome deals. 2 locations in Kennewick. Find us on the web at aztecamex.com. And on Facebook at Tri-Cities Azteca Mexican Restaurants. Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine is brought to you by the Vine Venue in Union Gap, the premier place for parties, wine pairings, and anything else you can imagine. For more information, search their Facebook page at Vine Venue. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Mike Gonzalez. Have a great night. We'll see you back here next time for more Northwest Food, Brew, and Wine. Thanks for watching.